Hey guys, this is going to be part two of the Sweet Life training. This might be just a little longer because I want to finish it up. And it's important because we're going to go right now through the steps of what I call building a team. Okay, call it recruiting, call it what you want, but there's no way we're going to have leverage working for us if we're doing it all ourselves, right? So we have to put in place. We have to go out and find motivated people that want to potentially build a business. From there, we want to teach them just to do the same thing. That's all this process is, but there has to be some organization and steps to it. Okay, because sometimes the art of, or I should say, the functions of talking to people and getting out of your comfort zone. If you don't have some goals to push you a little bit, and monitor, measure, monitor, control, and adjust, it's easy to sit back and say, "Yeah, this is not really working." And you look back and you see that you talk to one person a month. Of course, it's not working. It's not. It's not that it's not working. You're not working. You follow me? So we gotta. I believe at least you gotta have some consistency. So we talked about your initial steps of just going out and hey, we're gonna use these same processes I'm gonna talk about, but the goal is to get 10 people as quick as possible. That's your initial goal. Get 10 people to view the plan. You should be able to enroll your three from there. And that's like the building block. Everybody brings in three, and then it's going to grow from there. Okay. So let's talk about what we mean by ongoing consistent action, meaning that once you bring in your three, you don't stop. We keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, and we can build a massive organization, help more people, and get your people to do the same thing. Can you imagine? This plan would work amazing if everyone just brought in three, let alone if we can teach people how to bring in ongoing a couple people a month. It'd be insane. Okay. We'd all be making six figures. Why? Because it's just the numbers. Okay. So let's talk about the ongoing consistent. That's the biggest thing. You've got to have consistency in anything you do in life, especially in this type of business. So you can't talk to one person and then wait 3 weeks and then talk to another person, or even if you talk to seven people and then wait, 2, 3 weeks, talk to seven more. It's not consistent. Know what you got to do. If you want to do it all at once, I'm going to show you a tracking sheet at the end. Now, if you want to do it all in a week and take the rest of the month off, great. But you've got to be able to hit these numbers, okay? And we're going to talk about them right here. All right. So, what is the numbers game? Numbers game doesn't mean we just, throw people against the wall, see what sticks. We don't care about their successes. What it means is you can't have your success depending on everybody else's timing. Guys, when you speak, bring up the business to people, it's not that they're not interested in the business or the product, but they might have a lot going on. They could be in the middle of job issues, family issues, health issues. You don't know. So if they don't give you the proper attention, okay, it's just life. So what does that mean? Now maybe you go back to them, but my point is you're never going to run out of people. So the idea is you just got to work with enough numbers that the right people at the right time will respond to you. Okay, you with me? So it's a numbers game, and I'm going to teach you that we're going to work on this concept 90, 30, 10, 3. Okay. And I'm going to explain what that means in a second. So let's start right. Let's break it down 90, 30, 10, 3. That's the magic numbers. That's what this little page is all set up to do. I just threw it together. Someone on a computer could draft a nice one. I'm just showing you conceptually what I need you to do. Okay. So let's break it down. Not too much. First of all, the 90. What does that mean? Well, 90 is a big number. You just can't, how do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? Never like that. Who wants to eat an elephant? But the point is, three people a day. This is new people. Okay. These are three, at least three new, should have wrote that in, per day. Right? 3 times 30 is 90. See how simple that was? These could be people this is your basic approach. Right? You got to talk to them. Otherwise, I ain't going to know about Sweet Life. People you know, new people you meet, social media. Basically, you can never run out of people. These are where you're going to reach out to people. Now, if you want to do some cold marketing, influence, or whatever, and people come to you, that's a bonus. All right. I mean, if you get enough people coming at you, then you don't have to speak to an individual. But the bottom line is whether you use some of the social media marketing and lead generation, I should say, whatever it is, you need to have what you need to have is 30 people that contact you. So I'm using a term of reaching out to 3 people a day, 90 people, you're going to get the next step, which I'm going to show you is going to be 30. Okay. So what do I mean by an approach? Any type of direct communication. Remember, a Facebook post in general going out to 1,000 people or 500 or 200, that's to bring them to you, which will count when they contact you. But unless you could say this is a direct communication, it doesn't count for your 3 people a day. How can it? Because you don't know how many people it's getting to. So obviously, if you could actually even dialogue with them, that's good. But if you send out a post, hey, Jimmy, look, I'm building something there. I'm looking for blah, blah, blah. Let me know if you're interested. That counts as your one. You know how easy that was? Okay. Now, when we talk about approaching, you can approach about the product or service. Some people love some of the products or the travel, and they want to say, look, I don't want to bring the business in. Well, I just want to talk about a products or services. That's fine. Okay. As a initial approach. I tend to lead with the business because I want duplicating. I want people that want to build business. So I tend to lead with the business, but that's up to you. So you can get to know your product, services, travel, show them a video, whatever it is. But the point is you got to start with what's your approach, business or product and services. If it's business, which I like, let's talk about a couple little business approaches. This is the simplest one. Remember, you're going to talk to 3 people a day. You could type this in a chat to somebody, see if they respond, or you could actually physically verbalize it. Okay, if you call them up or talk to them. Hey, listen, let me ask you a quick question. Do you keep your options open when it comes to looking at additional ways to make money? Boom. What more do you got to know? You don't have to explain everything. I'm working with XIP, and you can if you want to go a little deeper. But my point is, initially, when I talk to people, if I don't have a lot of time, I say hi to them at the grocery store and they're picking on avocados. Just curious, what do you do for work? Usually I like to ask a little bit. It's a little weird if you just jump into your pitch, but what do you do for work? And, oh, I'm this, that. Oh, cool. Because that's kind of common ground, right? People always ask, what kind of work you in? Once they tell me that, whatever what it is, doesn't matter. They can all do this business. I had doctors, lawyers, surgeons, and I had stay-at-home moms and grocery store clerks. It doesn't matter. Anybody can do XIP. Okay. So my point is, I'd simply say, what do you do for work? And then I might say, do you keep your options open when it comes and looking at ways to make other sources of income? See what they say. Play off of that. That's all. Or if you're afraid, oh my God, I want to pitch people. Hey, do you know any motivated people who are looking to make a few extra $1,000 a month or more? That's just, you're really hoping they say, yeah, me. But it's a way of putting it out there without you kind of directly asking them. We call that the referral approach. Okay. Now, here's my point. That's not hard to do. 3 people a day. I'm going to show you a sheet. See all these little lines up there? Here's day 1, day 2, day 3, and there's 3 little slots. You don't have to write their names in. Just check, check, check. Did you do your 3 for the day? Okay. From there, you're going to get 30 listed down here, and there's a month's work that you might get 2 from. If you're approaching 3 a day, you might get 2, and then you might miss a few days to get another one. The bottom line is when the month's over, if you talk to 90 people, 3 people a day, you should have 10, excuse me, my fault, 30, 1 out of 3, that give you a favorable response, that they want to know more. At least they claim they do. Okay. Yeah, Jimmy, I'd be interested. Yeah, take my name, number, call me. Okay. What you're trying to do, what steps are you doing at this initial pitch? Okay. You're trying to book them into initial. So once this is all part of the same thing, when you're talking to them and you're approaching them, okay. If they get back to you, you talk, say, look, if they email, Facebook me back and say, yeah, what's this all about? When can we do a 10-minute call? That's all. I'm not going to explain everything to them. But in 10 minutes, I give them a little overview real quick. Okay, a little bit what we're doing with motivate people, product, services, income opportunity. And then the biggest thing is where are they at? Open up the prospect to talking about themselves. That's what I do in 10 minutes. And then finally, it's like, okay, you sound like you're open to looking at something. Oh, yeah, man, I want to make money. Great. So that's the first exposure is I'll always try in the simplest way, just get them into a conversation. So 30 of them are going to say, yeah, let's have a call Tuesday night. Sure, that'd be great. Now, they might be interested in more products or services. They might either say, yeah, give me some information on a product or ship me a product, whatever it is. But that's going to come out of that initial conversation. In other words, some people, when you say, hey, look, you're looking to make that, they either not get back to you or they're going to say, nah, I'm really not. Thanks anyway. So out of the 90, 3 a day, you're only looking for a third that favorable respond to let's do more. With me on that? That's the process. Now, if they really, if in that 10 minutes, it says, look, if you really have time, okay, if they have the time, their response is favorable, and you chat with them a little longer, you can bypass because you're really doing the 10-minute call right when you're initially speaking to them. And you could say, you know what? Why don't you get on a live Zoom? Why don't you get on a recorded Zoom? Whatever it may be, I'll go over those with you. Okay. So C would be you book them right into a live or recorded Zoom right away. You with me? And the last step to this, right? That's it. Those, I'm sorry, those are the 3 steps. They're either getting on a 10-minute call, agreeing to get on a 10-minute call, agreeing to try a product or service, or no, they want to research a product or service. It's not about the business. Or they say, hey, this sounds great. When can I look at this plan? When are you doing a live Zoom? So you might book them right into that. Okay. Now, you did your job. There's 30 people that you're working with. Out of those people, only 10 will actually see the overview. What does that mean? Okay, although 30 people claim they're interested, only a third of 10 will actually view the presentation. Either they're initially not going to be interested, okay, or after the 10-minute call, right? They're not interested. They never get on a live Zoom, even if they claim they were. They never get on a recorded Zoom, or they research the product or services or say they're going to contact you or buy it online and they don't. Okay. So eventually you're only going to get 10 people out of those 30 that you were working with and are planning to get on a call or got on a call. If they got on a 10-minute call, they might not want to see the plan. You want to get 10 of those people to actually see the full plan. Now that's usually done in 30 minutes. Okay. Whether it's on live or recorded. So what are your options to show the plan or the overview, as we call it? Well, one is a live Zoom done by you or your team. Usually we cover that in 30 minutes, right? Company does one, a team can do one, you could do one if you get up to speed. Your enroller could do one if you're doing it more individually. Okay, now, some people, I can't get them at 8 o'clock at Tuesday. They always got an excuse. Gee, I couldn't get on. Or they say, can I see something online? They just want to be that way. Okay. I'll book them into, we have income generators. Okay. Best place in my mind. There's also on your website, there's a couple of team leaders do an overview of the products and services. They do an overview of the compensation plan. So we direct them to watch, I should say, on our team site, incomegenerators.biz or company website. Okay, they have recorded presentations. Now, here's the key to this. If they're going to do a recorded Zoom, you don't have control of them, right? They're watching them. What you say to them is, when can you watch it? Not they, watch it in the next couple of days because you don't know when to follow up. The goal is to book the follow up before you send them off. Well, how do you do that? You got to find out when they're going to watch it. Jim, it's 2 short videos to watch either online or my site, their site, whatever it is. When can you do that? 2 15-minute videos. Shut up and wait till they tell you. Thursday. Okay, Thursday. Why? Okay, I want to follow up with you while it's still fresh in your memory. Why don't we do a follow-up call? Okay, see what you like best, get your thoughts. How about if we do that Friday at what? Not just Friday, I'll mention Friday at 11, Friday at 10, Friday at 3. That's called booking. Every professional in business does not say, I'll call you in a couple days. They always book the follow-up. Now that person still might not be there at 3 o'clock on Friday like they promised, but it's a lot better than saying, yeah, I'll call you Friday sometime. And as you miss them, you stop playing phone tag. You don't know what to do next. You with me, guys? So very simply, they see the plan, you book the follow-up. At the follow-up, you answer any of their questions. By the way, you could also meet them live. Sometimes we used to do that, hotel meetings. Bring your computer and you got the slide deck of theirs, punch through it. You can do it any way you want. You can remember live Zooms, recorded, or meet them live. Those are the three ways to show the plan. Now, from there, you do the follow-up, get their questions answered. That leads you to the results of from the 10 people that see the plan, at least 2 to 3 of them, I like to think 3, should enroll in either $99 or the hopefully the 99. Remember, we already talked about what the goal is of the starter plan, just to get you some money coming in, making an easier enrollment point, and people with the goal is, hey, I'm going to do the same with my people if I have to, but we're getting on the 99. That's where dreams are made financially. Okay. Now, last thing, and just the duplication is just a couple lines and we're done. Track the process. This is crucial, guys. On a spreadsheet, on a piece of paper, whatever you do on your phone, if you got some organizational, the key is you don't do it in your head. If you do it in your head, people are going to slip through the cracks. You're going, oh, did I ever call Jimmy back? Because you don't see it. It's not visual. You got to look at this every week and say, because this isn't going to get done in a month. It's going to overlap sometimes into the next month, or certainly the next week. So you got to have a tracking system, right? I don't care what your method is, develop one. I'm going to show you my little scratch list. Okay. I like stuff on paper because I can look at it in a glance. Okay. And it also, so it's to monitor 39, 30, excuse me. So what is 90, 30, 10? I already explained it, but let's just see what I mean by tracking it. Guys, if you look at this, I got 30, that's 30 people, right? You're going to be working with for so 30 days, I should say, but it's also 30 people. 30 days, each next to each day, I got 3 little lines. If you do 3 a day, 3 a day, 3 a day, 3 a day, 3 little lines, just put a check. Oh, I talked to one, talked to another, talked to a boom. Did my 3. You should have at least one name here. You might have 2 names here. By the end of the month, you should have 30 people that through you talking to 90 people or 3 a day, you should get 30 people interested in the business at some point. Put their name, put their number, what the next step is with them. Now, what's the goal? To get 10 of them to see the plan. So out of these 30 people, even if this overlaps into a month later, you should have 10 check marks somewhere on this sheet. 10 saw the plan. And out of those 10, what's the last thing? 3, I'm going to go with 3, enrolled. So you get a check mark there. You got 10 people saw the plan. You're trying to get 3 that through follow-up actually enrolled. That's your business right there. Okay. You open your mouth to 3 a day or 90, get about a third of them interested in rolling through some process with you, whether they do or don't. Okay. Out of those 30 people, 10 will actually go as far as seeing the plan. And out of those 10, once they see the plan, they understand the membership, the money they can make, you should, with some good follow-up, be able to enroll 3. That's the business. Now, last thing and we're done. This is probably the most important part. Because if you just do it, yeah, you're gonna have 3 a day. I mean, 3 a month, 3 a month, 3 a month. You probably make some great money on that, but they might not stick. Why? Because they're not getting anywhere. So all this is teaching them to duplicate. So what did we just go over with you? The plan. So how simple is this? To duplicate what you've done, you make sure you instruct them when they enroll. You don't just leave them hanging. You say, hey, on income generators, there's a getting started. This guide will be there to download so you can read it, have it physically in front of you. And at the same, I don't have this sheet, but someone might be able to do a nice thing and I'll upload it to the site. A lot better than my thing here, but this is going to be my little worksheet for next month. Right now, and if you're in the middle of the month, don't wait. Just jump in wherever day you're at and start. Now, last thing, your goal is to simply do this. Get them to go on this website, download the guide, watch the training videos like I'm giving you right now. That's it. They get it. Now, what do you do from there? Which part of this is to get them on as many live interactions with live Zooms as they can to keep them tied in. And guys, we used to do a lot of live stuff. There's less of it now. If you could do a luncheon or a little brain, get your team together locally if they can, do your own live Zoom if you can. Get interaction going, keeps people tied in. And with that comes this, guys, at least once a week. Your key leaders, that remember, you're building your team. You get paid on everyone. If you bring in people and there's, some of them aren't really giddy up people, they're just kind of hanging around. Yeah, you might touch base with them, but don't be a pain. Out of their people that out of those teams somewhere, just look at each leg you're building and say, there's a couple. This guy's always on the Zoom, or this woman's. You get their number and you make sure they got the guides. Don't depend on their enroller to be given the guide. You take control. Because remember, in this business, no matter what leg they're on, if they run with this and build a team of 100, 200 people, that's all you get paid off of all that. So do you care who the leaders are that you brought in? No, you just somewhere in each leg, you go find, identify the leaders and make sure you're staying in some type of weekly or bi-weekly or daily contact with them. Guys got it. It's just a process. This isn't hard. Consistent action. 3 people a day. Anybody can actually do that if you don't attach yourself to the outcome. Just open your mouth. In other words, if you do your 3 a day, that 90, all these other numbers will take place automatically. Don't people that, oh, you got to bring in 3 people a month. Well, you can't control that. The only thing you can control is how many people you open your mouth to. Does that make sense? The 30, right? That's it, claim they're interested, the 10 that see the plan, the 3 that enroll, that'll just evolve from working with enough people. But if you talk to 10 people a month, you see how this is going to diminish greatly. Okay. Even sometimes you won't even bring in one person a month. Why? Because you didn't talk to get 3, you got to talk to 90. So if you at least talk to 30 to get one, but if you talk to 5 people a month, you might have to go 5 months before you enroll someone. Then, John, this isn't working. It's working perfectly. You're just not letting the numbers work. Guys, let's go get them and make yourself 6-figure residual income. Let's go have some fun.